Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, come in again today. You're very, very welcome. How great to see everybody back. I trust you enjoyed my last video on English-born Arctic Monkeys, and through the song, I bet you look good on the dance floor. We looked at conversation and talking to each other, so I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, going from there to 1953, Yvette Marie Stevens was born into artistic bohemian family in Chicago in 1953. This girl is regarded as the queen of funk. She's had a career that had scanned over 5 decades. And she got to start with the band Rufus in 1973. The girl we're talking about, her stage name, Chaka Khan. And with Rufus, she had 4 gold albums and singles and 2 platinum albums. She had a lot of success with these guys. And the thing about Rufus, we're talking like full-blown funk and all the rest of it. They were great live, and because of that, Chaka Khan, who was the lead singer, was getting absolutely noticed, that is for sure. And I've got a TV clip from them once she gets started, so you get to see just how iconically amazing these guys actually were. Rufus has actually been nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but not quite got there yet. But Chaka Khan, it wasn't long before she was going to get her own career, and while Rufus was still going, she did sign up with Warner Brothers in 1978 and had quite a long career with them. Now, off her initial album, Chaka, we've got one of her signature tunes, I'm Every Woman. This was a massive song for her, and I'm talking about every woman, and not just about the loss of women, but what makes a woman and what makes her who she is. She needs to be desired, she needs to be treasured, she needs to be looked after, she needs to be independent, all those sort of things. So to be able to sort of sing a song in the late 1970s around this was pretty amazing. And absolutely, Chaka Khan is every woman. She's a very attractive girl. This girl wasn't scared to show a bit of skin either, and because of that, she's had a pretty good following ever since. So I've got an official and live version of I'm Every Woman. But the song I really want to focus on is I Feel For You. This came off an album of 1984, the album of the same name. And this song featured Stevie Wonder on harmonica. And below we've got the official clip. We've also got a live version with Stevie Wonder and Prince. So that's pretty amazing clip, that one. Now, I Feel For You. Now, in this day and age of trying to keep ourselves cool and together and all the rest of it, and we don't trust our feelings. Well, this is the interesting thing about that, and that is we end up perhaps putting up a defense mechanism to the world. We're not going to interact with feelings because they're too untrusting. And, truth be known, they're not trusting. But what do we do about it? Do we actually put ourselves in a suit of armour and just fend off any feeling that comes our way? Then do we lose the ability to feel ourselves? And this concept of feeling for someone else, we might think, well, it's just too hard, I'm not going to worry, don't know what I'm doing, I've been burnt before, I don't want to be burnt again. People around are being burnt, so why wouldn't I want to be burnt? But meanwhile, love just floats around as it does. And as I've said a few times, love is the most potent force in the universe. It's something you can't control, but love is pure and kind, always perseveres, never gives up. And so you can't resist this thing called love if it actually comes for you and it hits you in the kind way and in a surprising, beautiful way that it does. You can't fend it off. So what do we do in the meantime? In the meantime, where you might be just going through life as you are and you're just doing what you're doing, but are you preparing for the eventuality that if it does come calling, what are you going to do? To let someone else in to your world and for them to let you into theirs. Of course, we've got to be trustworthy as well, right? We just can't we have to be trustworthy ourselves. Otherwise, feelings get hurt and they get crushed and they get taken for granted, and that's the last thing we want. We want to actually build on these feelings into something a bit deeper and richer, and that's what love does. Love takes these feelings and it develops into something richer and more beautiful. But it does start with feelings though, right? So we don't want to completely ward off this stuff. We don't want to be so thick-skinned that we don't learn to feel. Because feelings are great. What makes us human beings? I mean, animals can't really feel it. Well, I like even when I see dogs walking down the street with their owners, they're sort of waving their tail. So maybe they feel happiness, but not to the extent that we feel. And it's what makes us human. So why would we want to deny ourselves those feelings? So, you know, if you're one that's sort of not wanting to feel, wonder how that's going for you when you're in your bedroom on your own. Something to think about today. And of course, when you think about any song that Chaka Khan has done, you know, we're talking the queen of funk here. So she isn't just sort of gently saying, I feel for you. She's actually belting it into us through her incredible dance move that she's got and encouraging us to feel. Remember that song by Robbie Williams, I want to feel real love by the world that I live in. That's kind of feelings that he wants the feelings to be real. I mean, don't we all want that? But it involves risk. But the risk is worth it if you get the communication right. So we've got a feel for you, official and live on that one. So between 1978 and 2021, excluding the Rufus albums, she's had 13 studio albums, 2 live albums, 7 compilation albums, and 46 singles. 4 of those albums have got into the top 20. She's had a lot of success in top 20s and top 10s. Estimated to have sold around 6 million albums, so pretty successful in the scheme of things. She received an honorary doctorate from the Berkeley College, so you know that's the iconic Berkeley in San Francisco. She received the star, apparently the 2,440th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She has received 10 Grammy Awards. So she's very, very well regarded by the industry, the showbiz industry, the music industry, all of those sort of things. She's been voted 65th greatest dance club artist of all time and the 17th greatest woman in rock and roll. As I said, nominated 4 times in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with a time of Rufus and in a solo career, but not quite got the nod there yet for some reason. So if you feel like yourself in your ivory tower, I suppose, not wanting to feel, may this video gently encourage you today to think differently about that, because we do need to feel. It's what makes us human. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time to Life Reflections and Music, thank you to everyone for coming back or coming here for the first time. It's great to see you all here. And thank you for sticking with me. Just also a reminder, you know, if you people want to put a request in, feel free. It's always good to do a request, absolutely. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to Dan Hartman. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.